Federal law requires that I read this since we're in the land of the free. Any income illustrations or examples are just that. There is no guarantees. Of course, your income may very well vary. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to mute the line, and after we're done with the webinar, we're going to open this up for question and answers. So I'll go and mute the line.
Muted.
Okay. So what we're going to be talking about tonight on this webinar is Flexkom International. And since, as you can tell, it says international, Flexkom has been over in Europe now for almost 3 years. And we have been voted as the fastest growing and most innovative company in Europe, and we have been nominated. We've not won, but we've been nominated as the fastest and most innovative company in the world. Now, as far as the United States, we just pre-launched September the 1st. We're going to have our official launch January the 1st. Now, what is Flexkom? Well, Flexkom is a campaign to save the small businesses here in the United States. Now, as we all know, the backbone of our economy is small businesses. As a matter of fact, there's over 25 million small businesses. Now, when I grew up, this is what the shopping centers look like all over my community. But unfortunately, this is what a lot of shopping centers look like in my community. And this may very well look like what a lot of your shopping centers look like right now. And it's because they're being forced out by the tens of thousands because of higher taxes, government regulations, insurance, the big box stores like Costco and Target. The Internet, as a matter of fact, last year, over half of all of the holiday gifts were purchased online. But help is on the way. There's a company called Flexkom International. We're an innovative technology company. So let's take a walk down memory lane and let's look at technology past and present. Now, to acquire 50 million users, the radio took 38 years. Television only took 13 years. The Internet just took 4 years. The MP player just took 11 years. But get ready for this, folks. Social media is acquiring 200 million people annually. But here comes the big boy. Apps. 1 billion people are joining apps every 9 months. And an app actually is more unique than your fingerprint. So let me ask you this question. Where do y'all remember all of this high-tech stuff, the boombox, the video recorder, and all this other high-tech stuff down here? Where did it all go? Guess what? It's still here, but it's in the palm of our hand. That's right. Now, look at Times Square. Every square inch of Times Square is covered with all kinds of advertisements. But if you pay attention to the people down on the street, they're not looking at the advertising. You know where they're looking? They are looking at the palm of their hand. That little screen on your smartphone is now the most valuable piece of real estate on the planet. Flexkom's control of that little screen is changing the consumer shopping habits worldwide. How does it work? Flexkom connects small businesses and the online world to the entire communities on one app for all of the customers. Okay, now let's say I've got a restaurant, and we're going to call this Pablo's Seafood Restaurant. You just came to my restaurant. You had a fantastic meal. You come up to the register. I'm there, and I say, hey, Bob, how did you like your meal? He said, Pablo, that was a great meal. And I said, well, Bob, how would you like to make it even better? You said, sure. I said, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a discount. I said, take out your phone and wave it over my terminal, and I'm going to install an app right on your phone. Now, for easy math, let's just stick with 10%. I'm going to give you $10 on your phone. Bam! It's right on your phone. Now, when you come back in my restaurant, you can spend it there, or you can go to any other Flexkom place in the world. So you say, well, where can I go? I said, well, just speak into your phone, and you can find any Flexkom dealer. So you say, well, I need gas. You say, okay, boom, gas. Well, there it is, a gas station. So you go to the gas station, and you buy $60 worth of gas. You don't spend it there, but you get a $10 discount. So now you got $16 there. The next morning you get up, and you buy $40 worth of shirts. So now you've got $20. So you go to the barbershop, and you get a $15 haircut. So you say, I wonder, well, let me go ahead and try these Flex dollars. So you go ahead and you get a free haircut by just waving your phone over the terminal. You call your wife and say, honey, guess what? I just got a free haircut. This is incredible. This is space age. And she says, well, do you mind going shopping? You say, no, I'll go wherever you want me to. So she says, can you go get some bread and milk? And she, yeah, I'd love to. So sure enough, you go over and to the convenience store, you pick up some bread and milk, and you go about your daily business. You go over and you get some fast food. In other words, you go about spending these just like regular dollars. In other words, what I'm saying, one Flexkom dollar is just like one U.S. dollar. Now, we're going to have some major other things, such as Flexkom Hotel, Flexkom Holiday, Flexkom Calls, okay? So, how do you find these Flexkom merchants? All you have to do is type in or speak in gas stations, fast food, barbers, restaurants. No matter where you are, you can be in San Diego, you can be in London, England, and it will print out a map on exactly where to go. And if you need a restaurant and you say, well, what's the menu? You can press a button and it will tell you exactly what kind of food they've got. I mean, this is really high tech. Okay, guys? So, now let's just review what the customer gets. All right, first off, you get cash back on all Flexkom purchases worldwide. It doesn't matter what small business. You can go to a car wash, hair, dresser, dentist, chiropractor, restaurant, anywhere you want. Now, in addition, this is geocentric. You fill out kind of a profile, okay? It's real simple. There's nothing real complicated. You put some checks and so forth in a box, and you just say, I like tennis, I like golfing, I'm a vegetarian. So if you're over in London, England, and it's lunchtime, all of a sudden you're going to get notified 2 blocks north, there is a 2-for-1 special on a vegetarian restaurant. So no matter where you go, now, you're not going to get, if you're a vegetarian, notified from a steakhouse. So that way you're not going to get bugged from different places that don't suit your fancy, okay? So in addition to this, we have the best reward and recognition program. So it's like with Flexkom, the points never diminish. Unlike the airlines, you fly around the world 3 times, and then you get to fly from New York to Chicago, and you lose all your points. Here, you earn points for buying, you get points for televisions like a big screen, 50-inch plasma TV. For 1,000 points, you get a TV. Once you get that TV, you don't lose those points. They build up, so now you get points that you can use for a trip and then for a car. So it's unlike anything else that's out there. Also, you have the pride and satisfaction of spending local. Unlike, you buy something on the internet, and Lord knows who's getting the benefit from that. So you are contributing to the stability of the neighborhood. So we have some very happy Flexkom customers. Okay, what is our target merchant? Okay, they're small business owners, shop owners. They are not the chain stores. Now, what do all of these want? They all want the same thing. They want more customers, they want to keep them longer, and they want to increase their bottom line profit. So, come the first of the year, what are we going to do? We are going to be approaching the merchants. We're not doing that right now. We're only building our teams, okay? So the first of the year, we're going to walk into the merchants and we're going to ask them 3 questions. Now, the first question we're going to ask them is, listen, Mr. Shop or Mrs. Shop owner, what kind of loyalty program, what do you have that brings your customers back in? And most of them are going to say, well, gee, I don't have anything. And the few that do will say, oh, gee, I've got a punch card system. Well, guess what? I've got a lot of punch cards over the years, and after I keep them in my wallet for a few months, I get tired of them and I never use them. But they'll say, after they get 9 punches, I'll give them a free sandwich. Well, I've never got a free sandwich yet. Or throw your business card into a fishbowl and, you win something. What does that boil down to? Translation, nothing worth remembering. Second question is, when do you communicate with your customers? Well, gee, let's see. Yeah, if I'm not busy or if I'm not away from the shop, what does that translate to? Seldom, if ever. And the third question, this really gets them. When your customer leaves the shop, how much money do you earn when they shop someplace else? And the shop owner's going to look at you like you really lost your mind. They're going to say, well, gee, are you kidding? I don't earn anything. Well, guess what? Flexkom solves all 3 of those problems. Okay? So the benefits to the merchants are, number 1, the communication with the customer in seconds, anytime they wish. Okay? Now, let's go back to my restaurant. Okay? Pablo's Restaurant. On Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I've got all the customers I need. But come Tuesday, I'm 40, 50, 60% down. I've tried everything. I've tried radio, television, newspapers, flyers, emails. In other words, I'm one of those guys that collect emails. But the problem is nobody ever reads their emails, and the few that do read them after dinner. So here I am. I'm down at the fish market Tuesday morning. And I'm looking at these beautiful Alaskan halibut. And I take out my smartphone and I take a picture. And then I turn it on me. And I say, hey, this is Pablo. I'm waving at my customers. It's a personal video. And within 10, 15, 20 seconds, I make a video and say, listen, these halibut are going to be in my restaurant this afternoon on your plate, and I'm going to have a 2-for-1 special for the first 20 people that come into my restaurant. Now, think about this. This proprietary software that we have is non-buffering, so this will go out to all of my customers, plus all of the other Flexkom people that are in the area. Now, that has got to be worth its weight in gold. I mean, seriously, that has got to totally eliminate all of the advertising costs to the merchant. That has got to be worth, what, at least $500 to $1,000 to the merchant. I mean, and they can do it as often as they want. And guess how much we charge the merchant? Absolutely nothing. It is free, okay? So that's the first benefit to the merchant. Now, we have the greatest loyalty program on earth. So the customer comes in, they wave the smartphone over the terminal, they load the app. Number one, they get cash back on this and all future purchases with that merchant. Second, they get cash back from all other Flexkom merchants. Third thing, they get to spend cash back with any other merchants in the world. And as I said, they receive free gifts from using Flexkom, such as the televisions and trips. So, folks, Flexkom customers love Flexkom merchants. Now, in addition, the third benefit is we increase the bottom line profit. The issuing merchant is tied to each of the customers for life. Okay? So the issuing merchant receives an override on all of their customer Flexkom purchase worldwide. It doesn't matter where they go, whether it's San Francisco or Turkey, they're going to receive an override. So some merchants in Europe are receiving $20,000, $30,000, and even $50,000 a year. And guess what? They're not having to lift a finger. They're not having to stock a shelf. They're not doing anything. This is newfound money. So this is bottom line profit never before available. We have some super happy Flexkom merchants. Now, one of the other big benefits to our merchants is simply the fact that the big box stores have always been gobbling up the small businesses. So that has been one of the biggest problems. Flexkom right now has turned that around, so now the small businesses have a fighting chance. Now, here's the neat thing that all of you have been waiting for. The GTM, the global team members, you and me, we're the guys that put the customers and the merchants together. Okay? Imagine receiving an override on all the customers for just a half a dozen. Okay? This little guy over here on the left is you. Okay? So let's say that you go to Gus's hot dog stand. Okay? He's got 1,000 customers. Then you go to Pablo's Seafood. Then you go to Sam's Barbershop. Then you go to Betty's Bakery. Then you go to Chris's consignment store. Then you go to Mike's gas station. Okay? Add those together, and that's 8,000. Now, I would bet you everybody on this line has been either in direct sales, multi-level sales, some kind of sale. How long would it take you to get 8,000 customers? A lifetime, okay? And that's if you didn't miss. Here you go to 6 merchants, and you've got 8,000 customers, okay? Now, if you only receive $1 per merchant, now we're per customer, we're saying $1. We're figuring here in the United States it's going to be more like $1.25, $1.50. But if you only received $1, that's going to be $8,000 a month or $100,000 a year. Okay? Now, what is really neat about this is there is Sam the barber, and guess what? For every dollar the GMT earns, the issuing merchant also receives $1. So there's Sam, he's going to receive $500. Mike, the gas station owner, is going to receive $2,500. So really, how many businesses could you sponsor? Now, in addition, the GTM can build teams of other GTMs between now and the end of the year. What we know from Europe is we only need 100 GTMs per million. Once we get that, the door closes, okay? So we've got October, November, and December until the first of the year. Once we have those, 30,000 people, that's it, all right? So here's an example. Here you are. Let's say that you only bring in 6 other GTMs, and they do exactly the same thing you did. All right? You had 8,000, so 6 times 8,000 is 40,000, 48,000 people. And let's say not a dollar, but you earn an override of a quarter. That's $12,000. Plus your 8,000, that's $20,000 per month. Not per year, per month, okay? So, how many GTMs can you really sponsor? Let me tell you, this begins to really start getting serious. And there is no territorial restriction. So you can build all over Virginia, all over North Carolina, all the way across the United States. You do the math, and I guarantee you will not sleep tonight, or probably beginning between now and the first of the year. Okay, now on top of that, how big will your slice of the world be? Okay, we're right now counting the United States in 10 countries. Between now and 2016, we're going to go into another 50 countries. So you say, well, oh, wait a minute, I don't know anybody in any other country but the United States. You don't have to. All you need to do is sponsor somebody that knows somebody in Australia, somebody that knows somebody in China, Russia, and it will grow virally, okay? So, what is the cost to get involved? Well, for the customer, it's zero. It doesn't cost anything. For the merchant, it's $500. There's no monthly cost, and there's no cost for the app. For the global team member, it's $200. That covers the website, the back office, and support. There is a $2,000 one-time cost. That gets you 1,000 apps, and they're loaded with $2 each. And I'm going to show you where you're going to be extremely excited once we start bumping or kissing with those apps, okay? Now, that's going to also cover a 2-day intense training before we go to the merchant, okay? Now, the first day is going to teach us about m-commerce, and according to Forbes magazine, they're saying that over the next couple of years, that 70% of all millionaires and billionaires are going to come from m-commerce. And that is the playground that we're in, and that's what we're inviting you to join us in. The second day is going to teach us about Flexkom and how to work Flexkom with the merchant. So, how is this campaign being orchestrated? It's a 3-phase campaign. Phase 1 is build your team between now and the end of the year, okay? You're going to earn some phenomenal commissions and bonuses. Phase 2 are going to run concurrently starting January the 1st of 2014. So you're going to build your customer base and pass out apps and start signing up merchants. Phase 1, you're going to have a 30-day bonus plan, and what you're going to have is the ability to have your own personal 30 days to start sponsoring your 5 GTM. Okay? During that first 30 days, your first 30 days, you can earn $700 commission plus $1,500 bonus. You say, wow, wait a minute, Paul, why are they giving me double the bonus, more than double? Well, they want to have movers and shakers. They want to have people that can get out there and actually make things happen. So they're willing to put their money where their mouth is, so to speak. So by doing that, you can earn back all of your initial investment in 30 days or less. Now, here's how it works. You come in, we all start as a global team member, and we earn 5% commission, okay? So 5% of the $2,000 is $100. There is no bonus on that. For the second one, you earn $200 in bonuses. The third person, you earn a $600 bonus. Why? Because we know that the most stable is 3 people. So this is your job number 1. Job number 1 is to sponsor 3 people. Once you've done that, we know that you've got, it's kind of like a stool. It will stand on itself, stand by itself. Job number 2 is to bring in 2 more people. So you say, okay, once you have sponsored 3, you move up to 10%. You sponsor a 4th person. Now you're making 10% of the 2,000. You make 200. There is no bonus, but on your 5th person, you now make an additional $200 plus a $700 bonus. So now you've got a total of $700 in commission, $1,500 in bonuses. So, in addition to that, you also have a 30, 60, 90, and 120-day bonus if underneath those 3 that you brought in, you build another layer of 3 below them, you pick up another 1,000, you go 1 more level down, you pick up $2,000 bonus, you go 1 more level below them and build 3 more, you pick up 10,000, and you go 1 more level below them, you go into the president's team, and now you pick up a $50,000 bonus and a share of a 5% pool, plus you pick up a pink slip for a Porsche Panamera. And the big question is, will your garage hold this? This is one beautiful machine. And if you look it up, it's about $150,000 cost. It's absolutely gorgeous. So we have a lot of very happy Flexkom GTM members. So you say, well, gee, wait a minute, I got plenty of time. Well, I don't think so. We've got October, which has 30 days. We've got November, you take out Thanksgiving. We've got 25. We've got December, you take out Christmas. We've got 23. Guess what? You add those together in phase 1, that's 78 days. Now, if you're like some of us, you know, you don't work on Sunday, so you take out Sundays, and all of a sudden you're looking at, gee, I've only got 66 days. Wow. Maybe I don't have that much time. Maybe I better go ahead tonight and get signed up right now. I've been talking about it. I've been thinking about it. Maybe I should get in as soon as I get off this phone and get started. So I've got the entire month of October. So it really is, how much more time can I afford to wait? Now, let me throw a couple of other ideas at you. We've been talking about several things. Let me talk about, maybe think a little bit bigger. You sign up a clothier, and instead of people having to walk in, what if that clothier went ahead and put your app on the window? People walk by and say, holy mackerel, Fred, look, there's that app everybody's talking about. Let's take a picture. They take a picture, and now any place they go, you're making an override on their expenditure. Also, when it ends up by being well known, people are, you know, riding by and seeing your app on the cars. Guess what? They take a picture. You now are getting an override on all of their expenditures. Same thing with, you know, putting it on the back of a ski lift or on the back of taxi cab anywhere. Thinking even bigger, you are in a town and there's a hotel that has 50, 100 rooms, and the keys, you go there and say, listen, rather than people throwing away the key, tell them to go ahead and put the app on the back of the key, and instead of telling them, hey, throw it away or bring it back, say, no, don't, for goodness sake, don't give it back, keep it. And every place you go, anywhere in the world, you can simply save money by going to all of the Flexkom merchants. Now, if that's not big enough, how many of you have a movie theater in your town? Guess what? You can have the movie theater go ahead and before every movie, put it up on the screen, and the 100 or 200 people in the movie can take a picture with their smartphone, and now you're overriding all of those people for everyone that goes out and starts spending money at any Flexkom merchant. Same thing at a concert. So automatically you're overriding all of those people. So we talked about kissing and bumping. Now, you've got 1,000 apps, okay? So with your 1,000 apps, what can you do with those? Well, over in Europe, they call it kissing. What we do is we call it bumping. So what you can do the first of the year, you can simply walk up to a friend, a relative, a neighbor, a stranger, and say, hey, how would you like to save money? Well, I'd love to save money. Say, okay, listen, take your phone, place it against my phone, and you can now go over, you see Gus's hot dog stand over there? Yeah. You can now go over there. This app is already preloaded with $2. You can go over there and get a hot dog on me. So they go over there and do that, and then they can take that app and bump with 5, 10, 50, 100 people, and they can do the same thing. The next thing you know, your app is gone viral, and the next thing you could be overriding 10,000, 100,000 people. So it's that simple to get rid of 1,000 apps. It's very, very, very easy. So I've pretty well run my mouth long enough. So yes, help is on its way.